Did you know that engaging your dog's brain does much more than just beat boredom? You may have heard that a tired dog is a good dog. Well, that's true, but that depends on what kind of tired they are. Just like us, using their brains is more exhausting for dogs than physical exercise. And in our dog's case, especially if sniffing is involved. A dog who isn't allowed to use their brain regularly will not be calmed by more physical exercise. Instead, you will create an athlete that still needs a way to express their mental energy. Most dogs were not meant to live sedentary, low-activity lives. When a dog is not given enough physical and mental activity, the end result is a dog with behavior struggles who seemingly just doesn't listen. On the other hand, dogs who have plenty of opportunity to use their brains are more relaxed, recover from arousal more quickly, and make better behavior choices. Using their brains, also called cognitive skills, provides mental stimulation for our dogs. Enough opportunities for mental stimulation helps our dogs focus better so they can actually learn something. Being able to focus helps dogs learn to react less. Dogs who react less are calmer. Calm is the goal. Today I'm going to talk about what your dog's mental stimulation needs are and easy ways to meet them that don't cost a lot of money or take a ton of time, yet deliver a big result. Hi, I'm Amy from How to Speak Dog. I'm a canine behavior consultant and trainer and founder of How to Speak Dog, where I help families living with dogs who struggle to listen learn the canine life skills their dogs need to improve their listening skills and stop all the feelings of embarrassment, overwhelm, frustration, and confusion caused by their dog's bad behavior, without spending hours and hours training or using methods that just don't solve the everyday problems pet parents face. Since 1983, I have transformed thousands of dogs with bad behavior into dogs who listen reliably no matter where they are or who is there. I'm here to help you transform your dog's bad behavior too. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're glad you're here. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the brand new training videos we put out here every Tuesday. Let's get started. Dogs need to use their brains to make choices, learn things, solve problems, and explore new things. If these needs are not fulfilled, our dogs tend to find their own ways to amuse themselves, and we usually do not like the end result. So how can we determine if our dog's cognitive needs are being met? The biggest clue is if your dog is displaying behaviors that you don't like or want to change somehow, such as excessive barking, chasing the kids to the point where they can't play, overreacting to people and dogs on a walk, destroying inappropriate things, and much, much more. With Minnie, she is easily aroused by sounds and movement, which results in relentless barking. Walking her actually makes her barking and reactivity worse. She gets so overstimulated by walks that she becomes even more hypersensitive, kind of like an overtired kid. Before Minnie came to me, barking is what got her needs met, whether that be getting someone's attention, getting them to do something for her, or just to soothe her anxiety. Meeting your dog's cognitive needs will not solve every problem you face with your dog, but they will empower your dog and give them mental stimulation, which reduces anxiety, boredom, and stress. Anything that requires your dog to think and use their brain is meeting their cognitive needs. So let's get into it. One simple way to meet your dog's mental stimulation needs is by giving them choices. Giving your dog choices, also called agency, empowers your dog to have some control over their environment. Completely free choice for dogs does more harm than good because they don't understand the world the way we do. More on that another day. In order for your dog to have agency, they must have at least 2 choices of things that they find desirable. You can achieve this by limiting their choices to only good choices, which also starts teaching them how to make good choices on their own. For example, if you need your dog to be calm and quiet while you're doing something else, you can give them the choice to stay where you are or go somewhere else. And then if they choose to stay, you can give them a choice of something that will keep them calm and relaxed, like a favorite bone or a licky mat. Chewing and licking are both calming behaviors. On days I spend a lot of time at my computer, I do this with Minnie. She has choices between a licky mat with peanut butter, some raw baby carrots, or maybe a topple with some cottage cheese or yogurt. These are things that she can engage in by herself that keep her calm and relaxed and quiet, so that I can get done what I need to get done. My daughter has a young Kelpie that came to her with a lot of big feelings about everything. She lived in a state of constant arousal and was always yelling about something. She was miserable, and my daughter was too. Being a breed that's primarily used for herding, her brain feels like she constantly needs to be on the go. The only way to slow down her body was to engage her brain. Long walks and physical exercise were important for her, but they weren't enough for a dog whose brain is telling them to chase things. Fortunately, she loves toys. My daughter was able to find toys that seemed to soothe her big feelings and give her something to focus on besides what was triggering her at the moment. She has now learned to go and get one of her toys instead of yelling at and jumping at the thing that's triggering her. This includes people she sees and noises outside. My daughter has taught her to make choices instead of just reacting by giving her plenty of opportunities to make good choices. When a dog is learning something, they are using their brains. They're also problem solving, the problem being trying to figure out what is being asked of them. This can be anything from teaching them tricks to new behaviors to how to act in different situations. I taught Minnie to file her own nails by teaching her to dig on a box that's wrapped in sandpaper. She had to use her brain to figure out what to do to get her reward. When we first started, she would only scratch a couple of times and then I would reward her. Then I started to wait until she scratched longer and longer like she's doing in this video. It also helps us avoid the stressful situation of having to trim her nails, which really freaks her out. And as you can see in this video, she really loves this trick. Another problem-solving activity, which includes sniffing, that I do with Minnie every day, is puzzle toys. We keep hers on a shelf in my office. As you can see, there's quite a variety. There are tons of puzzle toys on the market, and there are also several you can make yourself. Minnie's current favorite is a DIY. I take a hand towel and I scatter a few treats or her kibble inside, then I roll it up and twist it and then tie it in a knot. As you can see, she loves this too. It usually takes her a good 10 to 15 minutes to get it untied and get the treats out. And then after that, she's ready to relax for a little while. Exploring new places is another great way to engage your dog's brain, especially if they get to sniff freely for part of the time. Opportunities to sniff, especially new things and new places, is one of the greatest things we can do for our dogs. So good, in fact, that it will be its own episode in the future. Our dogs spend a lot of time in our homes and backyards, so any place other than that is a newer experience for them, even if they've been there before. Things change day to day, with new smells for your dogs to discover, depending on who and what has been there since you and your dog were last there. Even our homes and yards to some degree. But really changing it up for your dog is one of the best things you can do. Time to recap. We've talked about what canine cognitive needs are and ways to meet those needs. We discussed giving your dogs choices, teaching them new tricks and behaviors, giving them problems and puzzles to solve, and letting them explore new places and things. All of these engage our dogs' brains, which keeps them calmer and more relaxed, which is great for any dog, but especially for dogs who are easily over-aroused like Minnie. When she first came to live with me, she was bothered by every sound and movement. Now 18 months in, she's still sensitive, but since I've used these strategies, she recovers more quickly, relaxes more often, and trusts me more when I tell her everything is okay. And she still doesn't know any obedience commands, because I don't need her to. Learning to sit, lay down, and stay would not have helped her to learn to control her impulses and relax and make good choices. If you'd like to learn more about the framework I developed and used with Minnie, I invite you to check out my website, which I'll link below. And if you're ready to get started right away, you can check out the primer to my Power Principles framework, a 1-hour self-paced digital video course called From Chaos to Calm, a guide to connecting powerfully with your dog. For a limited time, it's on sale for just $17. I will link it below as well. As always, ask questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. And I've asked YouTube to recommend the next best video for you, which you can get to right here. I hope you found this training useful today. I would love to hear any feedback you have once you've tried some of these strategies. I put out new training videos here every Tuesday, so if you don't want to miss any episodes, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you right back here next Tuesday for our next episode.